It is. So the first step is, do you want to grow? I mean, where do you really want to be? So you got to make up your mind. Who are you? How are you wired? And is this in your DNA? Because some people just can't let go of control and can never, they just can't do it. So you got to decide first and foremost, can I? Am I willing to do that? And really what that means is, number one, understanding nobody's going to do it exactly like you. Everybody's got sort of their own thing. Nobody's going to deliver the results exactly like you, but people will perform and they will deliver and they will do a good job, but it's never going to be exactly like you would do it at certain levels. Then there will be levels, where I was very fortunate. I came in, so let me back up a bit. Really what you want to do is you want to hire people that are smarter, better, and more talented than you. So a lot of it goes back to ego. There's a lot of entrepreneurs that are threatened by people that are smarter or better than them. And that's what you should be looking for. Number one, you want to find people that you can learn from, that are going to help you, that have been doing what it is you're wanting to do, and have been where you're trying to get to, and bring them on board to help you build this. So that's number one. Don't be afraid to hire somebody who's way more competent than you, way more smarter and better. That's what you're looking for. So that's one big roadblock. The other one is to realize they're going to make mistakes. They're not going to do things exactly the way you would do it, but as long as they're doing things within the guidelines and the culture of the company, and within your values and framework, and you get the result you're looking for, it really doesn't matter how exactly they do it, as long as they get there. And then that comes back to the leader. So that's where we talked about developing. First thing I do with entrepreneurs is develop them as leaders, motivators, delegators. So a lot of people just aren't leaders and they don't understand leadership. So leadership, first and foremost, understands that it all stops with you, right? So normally there's this pyramid, all the executives, CEOs up here, everybody else is down below in that organization. So I flipped that pyramid upside down. The leader is at the bottom of that stack. It's the leader's job to give everybody everything they need in that organization, the tools, training, systems, and support to be successful. But the most important thing is that clear direction, in no uncertain terms, exactly what's expected and when. And then you measure that performance and you hold them accountable to the goal that was set. So where people fail in organizations and leadership is that they bring people on and they put them in a position and they never give them that clear direction, exactly what they're supposed to do and when, and then measure that performance and provide the feedback, right? Feedback is the breakfast of champions, okay? Your partner was an NFL player, and that was the number one role of the coach, not only to train these guys, lead them and motivate them and delegate them, but give that feedback. Man, you ran that route, if you'd have just cut right here a little bit sooner, the pass would have been there and boom, and they review that film on Monday. Why did they review that film on Monday? Feedback. Feedback is the breakfast of champions, man. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So you got to have that clear direction. You got to have those goal setting sessions. You got to have that feedback to let people know where they stand and then hold them accountable. And what holding accountable means is, hey, we needed this underwriting done by Friday. You had the whole week, in order to move forward and make a decision. We didn't get that done. What happened? And then you let them explain. But the clear direction was laid out. Hey, Anthony, I need this deal fully underwritten by Friday so we can decide whether or not we're going to move forward. Go get it. So, hopefully they have that system in place of how they do that underwriting, right? Gathering the due diligence, getting all the, information and documents and all that to make the assumptions. So you want to make sure that's a system in place that's already been clearly laid out. So they know exactly what's expected and when. And then you got to come back in and you got to hold them accountable to that. What happens a lot of times is leaders will delegate a task and they never follow up and follow through. So what that tells your team is what you say is really not that important, right? So whatever is important to you will be important to them. You've got to make sure that people understand what their contribution means to the company. So when I come in on Friday and more importantly, a leader inspires results. So you're going to come to me because I'm the kind of leader that's going to reward you at a very personal, intimate level for producing good results. You got to show them what good results look like, and you've got to reward good results, right? So you're going to probably come to me Thursday afternoon or Friday morning. Hey, Greg, I got this done, man. Here's the underwriting. Here's what I think. And I'm going to say, Anthony, and that's fantastic. I asked you to have this done by Friday so we can decide whether we are going to move forward with this deal. That's what's going to keep this company growing. That's what's going to make the difference between a great company and just your average company out there. Man, you did an awesome job. Thank you so much. I really needed this. And you just sincerely appreciate what they've done and let them know what it did for the company. Now, if I have to come to you on Friday afternoon and, hey, Anthony, do you have that underwriting done? I didn't get that done. I didn't really get a chance. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to say, why not? and then I'm going to hear your reasoning, whatever that is, and I'm going to say, I'm really disappointed. In order for this company to grow, in order for you to grow, in order for you to get to the next level, for us to be a great company, if we have deadlines, we have got to hit them. We have to do whatever it takes, morally, legally, and ethically within our limits, and get this stuff done. This is going to really hold us back. We're not going to be able to reach our goal. Now we have to table this till Monday. It's really going to set us back. So same thing. Now that's a one-on-one private conversation with nobody else around. Whereas the other one you want to do in front of everybody else. Okay, you reward good performance in front of everybody, redirect poor performance alone. And then at the end of that conversation, you say, Anthony, I know that you want to do a great job. I know that you're doing your best. So whatever it was that tripped you up, let's figure out how we can fix that so this doesn't happen again. And then now you know that it's not personal. Okay, there might have been a glitch in the system. And the first thing you look at, if you didn't get that done, why? Did I not give you everything you needed to get that done? Did you have the tools, training systems, and support to be successful with that outcome? And did I give you the clear direction? Was everything there that you needed? So I got to look at that first and foremost. So if I'm not getting the result I'm looking for, then I need to go take a look at why that happened and then address that. And if they did have everything and they just didn't get it done, then you've got to analyze the individual, because you'll have a won't do or you'll have a can't do. That's really the only two things you're going to end up with. And if you have a won't do, there's nothing you can do with that. All right. You should have never hired them in the first place. You just got to get rid of them, or they're in the wrong position. Maybe they're not they're not analysts. Maybe they're great at acquisitions or investor relations, or maybe they're great at, dealing with brokers or whatever, but they're not analysts. They're not underwriters. So you might have the wrong person in the wrong job. So first and foremost, you got to make sure you hire the right people, put them in the right position so that they can thrive. Aces in places. You want your best people in the best place. If Tom Brady's, on your team and Tampa Bay just hired Tom Brady, they're not going to put him at wide receiver. What are they going to do? They're going to put him at quarterback. And more importantly, what are they going to do? You know how to win Super Bowls. Go win a Super Bowl. You think they're going to micromanage Tom and tell him, dude, you should only take 2 steps before you pass? They're going to say, dude, win a Super Bowl. So that's kind of in a nutshell how that works.